So today I'm going to present what I have done for the past 2 months. DTRMA is an architecture firm that runs by Dr. Tan Lok Hoon, and there's 17 full-time workers working at the moment. This firm has winning multiple awards such as PAM, Records, and it forms a community, culture, innovative, and sustainable design. So more than just a firm, DTRM also runs 3 galleries located in Bukit Bintang, Jalan Chulan, and the third one is Plus N, which is near Petaling Street. So within these 2 months, I was involved in 6 projects. The first one is Azila Residences. This site location is in Puchong, and it's a terrace housing including 215 units. So for the first task, I was asked to produce drawings for the refuge chamber, and I got the plans. Like, they did provide me a reference, so I wasn't spend much time on it. In the previous studio that I never studied on this part, so it took me some time to find out the suitable height and the sizes for these spaces. For the second task is coloring for the BP submission drawings. For the third task is I was told to pull up a 3D with using SketchUp. The second project is Fadila House. Fadila House located in Semenit, Kajang, and this type is actually a custom landed residential. It contains 3 stories, 2 master bedrooms, 7 bedrooms, and more than 7 balconies. So this building looks a bit boxy and squarish due to the regulations of MPKJ, as pop-up balconies are not allowed. The first task I was told to do is to do a tender drawings for the doors and window schedules. Approximately 50% of the facade are covered by fixed glass panel and sliding glass door. So I need to split glass into pieces and make sure that it looks aligned from the facade. So another task is to produce 62 drawings for the interior staircase and amend the section accordingly. For the third project is Cabin House. This is quite an interesting project as it located on a hillside, and it's a custom landed residential as well, 3-story, built along the hillside and supported by a diagonal steel bracing columns. The client of this project is an Australian couple, and they were very clear on what they want for their own house. So this firm has started this project from select a suitable land that fulfill the client's requirement, as they wanted a natural buildings that cover with most grey kind of style but hidden in a forest. So the first task is to produce a sanitary and water supply schematic diagrams. So in addition to have 2 domestic water tank, the owner required to install another 2 rainwater harvesting tank to connect to the toilet flushing system. What I have learned in school is we use gravity, so we save up cost, but they are rich enough, so they wanted to put it at first floor and using pump system to pump up the water instead of using gravity. And the rainwater harvesting tank is the same thing, that they put it at the lower ground floor and using the pump to pump into every single toilet they have. So for the second task is to produce a schedule of finishes. After reading 100 pages of client's brief and tons of reference pictures that provide from the clients, and doing some research about the Western standards of fittings that they require, I come up with this schedules of finishes. Then we visit the supplier doing tile selection the next day based on their requirement as well. Then the next task is to do a lighting drawings placement for the 3-story house. So I finished the lighting placement drawings and come up with a proposal that contains tile selections, lighting selections, and ceiling selections for clients to have a quick go through. Then the next project is TAR UMT Student Center. It's a institutional building, contains 7th floor, including an open air international standards football field. So during the site visit, we have a meeting with the ManCon, SubCon, engineers and other consultants, and they discuss mainly focus on the progress update, the issue resolutions, and the payment release. During site work that made me realize how issues solved on site, I previously assumed that everything would strictly follow to the government approved drawings. So the second time that we visit is because of the inspector quits his job, so we get to do the inspecting job that day. And last is printing and folding submissions paper based on the requirement. The last project is PD Museum, which is located in Port Dickson, and my client is my boss, which is Dr. Tan. This is the 4th museum that he wanted to build, and it's a 2-story building that contains a bunker. So while we're doing design development, Doc using Hokapunji Water Temple in Japan and Serpentine Gallery Pavilion as reference during the design stage. So these are the 3 stages while doing the development in like 3 weeks. And I was told to cat it out based on what we have discussed after every meeting. And here's the section. 3D elevation, but it wasn't done yet, it's still in progress. So the last project is the SS14 house, which this owner is Malaysian Deputy Minister of Investment, Loh Chin Tong. And I was told to do a site measurements and produce and carry it out after we do the measurements. And we met some problem with this house, as the owner claimed that this house is 80 times 22 feet, but after we measure, it's around 93 times 22 feet. So we need to do a second set measurements of this house. And yeah, so that's all for all the projects that I've done for the past 2 months. Thank you.